I really think there's the entrepreneurial athlete is like a trend that I see coming up. And if I were to rename this podcast, one of the potential names would be like the entrepreneurial athlete, because I think that trend is just going through. You see some of the highest performing episodes of this podcast are episodes in which the person is also an athlete running their own business. What have you noticed about this trend, first of all? And also, like, how have you instilled that in your own being?
Interesting. Yeah, I think there's a human desire to push athletic feats the same way as there is a human desire to push business as hard as you can or as big as you can. Because if you want to build something that is going to impact more than yourself, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of things. And what the athletic world teaches you is a lot about sacrifice and discipline. And those go hand in hand with business, especially. And I study a lot of Kobe and Tim Grover, and the best are almost by others viewed not mentally sane because of the way they train. So the same with business and sports. And there's that saying, the second half of a marathon is like building a business. When you want to quit, that's where you actually have to keep going, because business can feel sometimes really easy and then you hit this extremely hard point. And running a marathon can feel extremely easy, and then mile 16 or 20 comes around and you're dead. You don't want to go anymore. And that second half is then where you really tap into the mindset aspect. And that's where I believe with entrepreneurs and athletes is it all comes down to mindset. And when you have an extremely high high and you're riding off a dopamine from closing a massive deal, it would be no different than if you won a massive race or you're Tom Brady, you win the Super Bowl and you're on this extreme high, but the second that's over, you're now chasing that next win. And the only way you get to that next win is really going back down to rise back up, because your dopamine's gonna go away, and you're gonna be left with this. Okay, I won, but now if I want to win again or pursue further excellence, I'm going to have to go through that process again, plus learn something and apply it to go even higher. And that's where it's like you're going back to practice. You're always, every single day, you're waking up and going to practice. And I think that's like one of the greatest things about sports when you're younger is you're learning the discipline of going to practice to get better to hopefully win, right? No one plays, I would think like most people that play competitive sports are playing to win. No one wants to lose. No one wants to work out all day and then half the team doesn't want to work out. So you're losing because your teammates don't want to work out. Like the teams that work together because they all want to win, they're all in that mindset. And that's the same thing with businesses. It's like that was what I got back from when we went with Andy Frisella is he has built an environment that he wants everyone to feel like they're winning and give them the opportunity to train in there, to do these events, to have team building events, to sell the best products, because he wants to win and he wants to carry his entire team with him to victory. And I believe that's the same type of mindset that you see in sports that also is in the best businesses. And I believe that's the same with George Heaton. Like, the way that he is built himself is then reflected with like the people around him are looking up to him as, oh, look at how hard Heaton is working. He's up at 4:30 every morning. And it sets and same with Frisella, and it sets this new baseline of what it takes to be in that environment.
How you treat your body is showing the world how much respect you have for yourself. And if you look at somebody who is in good shape, your initial judgment of that person is, oh, they respect themselves. And oh, if they respect themselves, they'll probably respect me if I'm putting in work. And that gives people such an important look at somebody's mental state. Your body is showing someone else how you view your own mental state in a split second. And it's really cool.